All right, man. So today we're going to be talking about how you can turn your rare cards into epics and legendaries. So just a little disclaimer here. You're not actually turning them into epics and legendaries. What you're doing is you're transmuting them into resources that you can use to buy tickets. So a lot of people don't know about this. I actually just found out about this maybe 2 days ago. And I was going to do a video on this yesterday, but I wanted to do the 1v1 video. And I felt like no one was going to cover this in the time that I was going to actually get to it. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, let's go ahead and go back to home so I can show y'all how to get there. So the first thing you want to do, click on the bottom of the screen, click on the one all the way to the left, and you're going to pull up your players. Then after you pull up your players, over here at the top right, you're going to see a recycling button. Just simply click that recycling button. So you can see that there's a specific resource for this. It looks like a shield with a star on top of it, or a pentagon with a star on top of it. Whichever one of the terms you choose to use, doesn't really matter though. It's basically the same thing. So you can see inside of here, I do have epics, I do have legendaries owned, but they are not showing up on this list. So I think it's safe to assume that you cannot transmute your epics and legendaries, only the rares. So what we're going to talk about is what you need to do to actually transmute these. And then we're going to also talk about where you're going to be spending this currency. So first, we're going to go ahead and talk about the fact that you will be receiving different amounts of currency based on their rating. So you can see we got a tier 1 Derrick Rose right here. If we click on him down here at the bottom left, you can see it says we get 26 of this resource. But if I click on Conley here, you can see we get 30 instead of whatever it was we were getting for D Rose, the 26. So it definitely matters what your rating is. And if we click on Van Vliet here, whoops, you can see we get 32 for Van Vliet compared to the 30 that we get for Collins, and he's a 72. He's one rating lower, and we still get even more. So make sure y'all keep that in mind. It is very useful to actually transmute these higher rating rares because you get more resources from it. Now, another thing I want y'all to take note of before we even start talking about where to spend the resources and stuff like that is you can see I have a rank 7 Van Vliet right here. And if I transmute him, it's going to give me 2,048. Now, you may be asking, why is it giving me 2,048? That's because Van Vliet gives 32 per transmute. And since it takes 64 Van Vliets to max him out, I think it takes 64 of any card to max them out. So you just multiply 64 by 32, and you will get the result being 2,048. I tested this out myself. So yeah, man, if you transmuting an upgraded character, like if you have their tier upgraded, then all the cards that you use to upgrade them to that point will also be transmuted, and you will get resources from that. So all right, let's go ahead and transmute some stuff. So we need at least 500 to get our hands on a star-studded ticket. We already have Van Vliet maxed out, so we're going to transmute him. We don't use centers. We don't use power forwards. So we're going to transmute those as well. Kyle Lowry, I'm definitely going to max him out eventually. So we get rid of Aaron Gordon because we don't play those positions. We only play point guard. So that makes it even easier for us to get our hands on more resources, considering the fact that we don't use all these other positions. So we got 518 down there. Yes, I'm transmuting my rank 4 Lopez. Sue me, man. Sue me. I was just testing him out at some point. All right, so now that we actually got the resources for it, all you have to do, right to the left of the recycle button, you just click on this shop button right here, and as you can see, we can spend 125 of the resource for Team Infinite tickets, or we could spend 500 of the resource for Star Studded. And as you can see, when I pull up the menu here, there is no limit to how many of these you can buy. So we can go ahead and buy one Star Studded ticket, man. We're just gonna go ahead and open that real quick, just in case we end up pulling something off of this one single ticket. Nope, we got a rare. We're just gonna transmute that rare too, or probably just use it to upgrade our skills or something like that. So yeah, man, you got those rares that you just can't seem to get rid of. This is one of the best ways to trade them in for epics and legendaries. You're not guaranteed an epic or you're not guaranteed a legendary, but you have a chance to turn those into epics and legendaries. So no more complaining about not being able to sell those rares inside your inventory. And also, it is not a bad idea to just go ahead and buy some rares out of the market so that you can transmute them and turn them into epics and legendaries, as well as upgrading your skills, which we will talk about inside of a different video. So all right, man, we're going to wrap this video up. Y'all want to see more of this? Go ahead and drop a like, sub to the channel, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.